I really just be hopping into this bitch randomly. Alright, let's get it. Let's get it. I don't remember the last thing that happened. That's fine. Also, I'm accompanied by my best friend. This dry glass of Riesling. So, let us continue. We're just gonna jump in. Auntie Ava didn't want to talk any more than that, so I headed to the window, folding my arms so that I could cool my head a little. As I looked over the parlor, I saw Joy, Joniki, and the others gathered talking. It looked like they were talking about the magic circle that had been painted onto the shutter. Right. As Uncle Hideyoshi thought back to that time, he started drawing the shape in the margins of Maria's notebook. Never mind. Yes, Maria is second only to grandfather in knowledge of the occult, so she might understand what it meant.
多分こんな感じだったと思うで。十字架をアレンジしたみたいなマークが書かれとったんや。
Yes, let's go to our resident expert.
そしてこんな感じで外周の円を取り囲むように妙な文字がびっしり書き込まれていて、十字架の上下左右の辺とその四隅にも何か書かれていたんや。
Okay, so clue, right? I can either choose to read into this or not choose to read into it. Well, we need some more info.
アルファベットとかそういうのとちゃうで。
It's obviously a magic circle.
あれはよく言う古代文字とかいうやつや。
In order to tie the crime back to the witch, right?
あと円周部の頂点に小さなマークがありましたな。小さな丸を5つ十字状に並べ、それぞれを直線で結んだようなマークでした。
And that is a piece of fried chicken that I'm eating. Also, so sorry.
ああ、確かにそんなのも書いてあったで。図形的には間違いなくこれや。細かい文字はわからんが、配列はほぼ同じや。
Everyone was staring down at the shape, so I stared down at it too. From what I had heard, this had been painted on the shutter to the storehouse with some material that looked like blood. It's giving like Aleister Crowley, magic circle, occult Christian, like Western magical rite, which is very in line with all the other kind of magic, I guess, that we've been seeing, but nothing like whatever. I see, this sure is unsettling. That's what I'm thinking, like, it's giving, like, I named all my kids Western names, because I'm obsessed with Western magic. Kraus, like, what? That German-ass name. Jessica George, the parents did that. Rudolph, what? That's so Germanic, I think. Ava, Rosa, it's European for sure. Jessica's voice contained impatience and anger. She hadn't gone so far as to say that grandfather was the culprit, but it looked as though she thought that grandfather definitely knew the culprit's identity. I 1,000,000,000% agree. Kind of. I feel like if anyone knows anything what's going on, right? Fuck. It's this man who is missing, right? And second would be his confidants, right? 2 of which are dead. Certainly, if you asked around for the link that bound the Ushiromiya family and the occult together, 10 out of 10 people would name grandfather, and me too, bitch. And to a person who knew nothing of the occult, this strange mark would have no meaning. Which meant that this might have been something addressed to grandfather. That's an interesting way of looking at it. That's right, the reason to advertise the crime is to show it off to the survivors, right? In that case, where had grandfather as the essential recipient of this message disappeared off to? As the essential recipient of this. You get it. Was this a message to grandfather? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, it does make a lot of sense, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because none of us have seen this man, right? So how could any of us confirm? We would have to check in with grandfather for that to be the case. It could have very well been done by him, if anything. Maria looked at the shape with a serious face, as I said with my mouth full of food. Maybe she was enthusiastic, since this was her area of expertise. However, her appearance was that of someone separated from the events at hand, as though this thing hadn't been drawn on the shutter closed around her mother's corpse. She didn't see it, so...
どこか外国の十字章に似たデザインだなって思ったかな。ああ、確かにこんなデザインや。ということはそのどこぞの国と何か関係があるんか？
Like a Templar cross, or whatever that cross is
その
called.
国の十字章はもともと
Oh, there
聖
you
地
go.
巡礼者を守るための騎士修道士たちの紋章だったそうですな。
I played Assassin's Creed.
つまりこの魔法陣には宗教的な意味があるってことかよ。
I think we could look into the meaning of the magic circle, but I don't think we should look too hard.
ますますにちんぷんかんぷんだぜ。
Like, I don't think there's a bigger riddle we need to solve rather than the riddle of the magic circle. When I looked over at all of them, preparing to jump into the discussion, something shocked me. Oh! Whoa! Maria was grinning, an eerie expression on her face that defied description, and defiled it as well. A sort of grin, almost like she was making fun of everyone's ignorance. You know why? Because all these people laughed at her. They fucking laughed at her, bro. And now she's like, ha ha ha. You see? The witch is real. This is so great. It's just like I told you guys. This is gonna be awesome. It's like coming off creepy, but I bet she's so like, with her damn ass, I bet she's so like excited. Like genuinely excited. It was an expression that I wouldn't ever have believed Maria to be capable of making. Ooh. And then she laughed. You know, I said all that, but an eerie, jarring laugh. Even though I was looking at it right in front of my eyes, I really didn't want to accept it as real. I've been wrong before. I lied. I was wrong. This child is not of this earth. She's not from here. Maybe it's the loss of her mother has made her lose her mind. While everyone was scared out of their fucking wits, me too, Maria alone kept on cackling happily. After a while, that laugh suddenly and abruptly cut off. But her expression was still like someone completely different from Maria. Jew. Ooh. 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 She said, prostitute a real bitch. Maria took the writing materials from the stunned Hideyoshi's hand, just like he snatched that letter from her earlier. She then started drawing another magic circle effortlessly right next to the one that Hideyoshi had drawn. Oh, she said, bitch. I'm sorry. The ultimate eat shit grin. She's like, it was like this, honey. Get his ass, Maria.
そんな図形だった。
They don't know what the fuck's going on.
マリアすごいな。
She's like, bruh,
さすが詳しいぜ。
She's like, I told you, I got all the witch tea. Jessica tried to smooth things over by praising Maria. Maybe she wanted to make sure that this was still the Maria who everyone knew so well. Ooh, that is creepy. Everyone is so turned off by this child's creepy act right now that she was like, okay, let's put our empathy back on real quick. But Maria didn't give her any fucking room. Damn. Maria started fluently writing unfamiliar characters in the corners of the ship. This bitch knows Hebrew. At this sight, the eyes of Uncle Hideyoshi and Dr. Najo instantly began to widen. I totally get it. Like, when you're into that kind of shit, you go all in. I get it.
天使と左右に書かれているのは風化水道を司る天使たちの名。
She's like, this is the first hyperfixation I've ever
カ
had.
サン、アレル、タリアハド、そしてフォルラク。
Kasan, Arel, Talihad, Forlak.
そして斜め四方には4代の統治者たちの名。
Damn.
アリエル、セラフ、タルシス、ケルブ。
Don't play with her.
合ってる？
Even if you are unable to correctly write what you've seen, if you are once again shown something identical, it isn't difficult to state that the two are the same. Asked by Maria whether they matched, Uncle Hideyoshi and Dr. Nanjo nodded over and over again.
間違いない。そうや。確かにこんな文字が書かれとった。なん
Damn.
でこんなん書けるんや。
She's like, I had a bat mitzvah.
あと
I studied the Torah.
文字が書かれておりましたな。
And she's like, were they
分
these?
かってるよ。
I didn't get to them yet.
こうでしょ？
Fools. Get 'em. Maria began jotting down Hebrew all around the circumference.
旧約聖書の詩編第116編の16節と17節だよ。
So we got the 4 leaders, and it's these angelic names. Question mark, right? We have an Old Testament Psalms around the circle. It seems like some pretty witch stuff.
聖書くらい読んでなきゃ。
You must at least read the Bible, right? You're so stupid. I can't believe you don't know this. Acting as though knowing this was only common sense, Maria laughed. For a while, everyone, including me, was at a loss for words. After some moments, George returned to his senses and slowly managed to speak.
すごいね。驚いたよ。それでこの魔法陣
Yeah,
は
let's get to the
どんな
meat,
意味がある
honey.
んだい？
太陽の力を借りる魔法陣だよ。
Borrow the power of the sun.
黄金で描き、護符にして身につけたる者はいかなる牢獄であろうとも束縛から逃れ自由を得られる力を授けられる。
Break free from the bonds of any prison and gain freedom. That could. Oh my god, every time. Archer, slide over here. There you go. Hmm.
束縛から逃れ自由を得られる。意味深だぜ。
この束縛という意味は何も肉体的なものだけを指さないと解釈されている。
Okay.
だから縛られて牢屋にいる人ばかりに意味があるわけじゃないよ。
What else could it mean?
しがらみや逃れぬ運命など精神的な束縛からの解放も意味してるんだよ。
Hmm.
しがらみや逃れ得ぬ運命か。
I'm not sure what to make of that now, but I'm gonna hold on to it.
これまた意味深だな。
Yeah, like that could mean anything.
しかしさっぱりわからん。
Beatrice wants him to solve the riddle. The riddle that she's contracted with that gives her rights to the gold with Kinzo. Break free from obligations.
それとあの6人の遺体とどんな関係がある？
That's another good question.
束縛からの解放どころか殺された上に倉庫に閉じ込められてたんやで。
別にその6人のために魔法陣が描かれてるわけじゃないね。
Why do you think it was drawn, Maria? Here's the thing, okay? This girl, it fully believes in the witch, right? She believes that there is a 19th entity on this island that is going around killing people. I think it's one of the 18, right? So any clue that we get from Maria, right, is going to be from the point of view of someone who earnestly believes in this shit. So that means that you can't take everything she says as like a hard line clue. And yet, I'm still curious as to what she thinks is happening.
魔法陣のために6人はそこにいるんでしょう。
It's not like the magic circle was drawn for them. They were there for the sake of the magic circle. So she's probably saying the 6 of them were there as part of the first part of the ritual. Right.
お気の毒だよ。
Truly. You ate that.
どういう意味だい？魔法陣のために6人がいるってのは一体。
Maria lifted up her index finger and waggled it as if she were making fun of us.
それは演習部に書いてるよ。読めないかな。
No, bitch, I can't read Hebrew. Sorry, I checked my
詩
phone.
編第116編16節と17節。読んであげるよ。主は私の枷を解かれました。
She knows the Bible by heart.
私はあなたに感謝の生贄を捧げ、主の皆を呼ぶでしょう。
The Lord assuming from a change will offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving. Okay, yeah. So she's saying the whole thing is just the first part of the riddle, I think, carried out. As a sacrifice, yeah. Yeah, I follow, girl. I think you're spitting facts right here.
何を言ってるのかさっぱりだぜ。
生贄だってのか。
Yes. It's y'all need to get to that riddle, bro. If the part that Maria had just read aloud was the vital part of the magic circle, then it was saying that the benefit of this magic circle required sacrifices to be offered in exchange. So inside the storehouse, where the magic circle had been drawn, the sacrifices had been offered. So I agree with her because from my point of view, I think that the 6 were put in there, right, to signal the kickoff. It looks like everyone else had slowly arrived at the same conclusion. Some were shocked, others spat out they're insane as they punched their knees. What the hell? This was starting to become a seriously disturbing story, and we couldn't accept it nor understand it. I don't care what kind of magic circles or curses other people believe in. That's their right, and I won't pick a fight with them. But did they really kill Dad and the rest as sacrifices for some bullshit like that? Like that? I just couldn't stand that feeling. I'd rather still be disgusted over all that talk around the inheritance, yeah. As I started getting pissed off with a feeling between anger and sadness, I broke from the circle everyone was in and returned once again to the window. Something had gone insane since yesterday. The letter from the witch, Beatrice, that Maria had read aloud at last night's dinner. I feel like ever since that point this whole mansion and this whole island have begun to be drawn into some kind of peculiar world. That's right. When I think back on it, that letter was an invitation from the witch. The ruler of the nighttime island had invited us inhabitants of the day into another world. With the phone and the radio interrupted and the island shut off by the typhoon, you can now call it another world cut off from the real one. Yes, on this island right now, it is perfectly normal for witches to send letters and for sacrifices to be offered to magic circles. So what will happen next? Will some weird people wearing goat masks start doing the Bone Festival dance or something? It's no good. It's no good. I don't get it. I guess, like, how can you ask these people to solve a riddle if you're going around killing people? Like, they don't. There's so much going on, bro. The inside of my head's all screwed up, and I don't even know what to think. Anger, sadness, the opposing emotions all swelled up together, and they started to suck me in. Yeah, it's so easy to fall into despair, too. Like, both your parents are dead. Unable to resist, I could do nothing but cover my eyes with my hands and entrust my mind and body to the spiral following me. No, battler. It's like, one hand, there's a bunch of dead bodies out of nowhere, right? 2, it's some magic bullshit, bro. Get me fuck off this island. I get it. As I started losing heart, I began to recall a distant memory. It was from when I was very young. I'd unfortunately seen a scary occult movie on TV, and for a while, I hadn't even been able to go to the bathroom by myself. That old bastard had given an exaggerated laugh and said this.
Nah, Batora.
You better bring his VA back.
どうして悪魔だのオカルトだのってのをわざわざこうして映画にすると思う？
You better break him out, this punk.
ねえからだよ。そんな滑稽なもんは地
Period.
球のどこにもねえのさ。ねえからわざわざ見たくて作るんだよ。
And they want to make them as scary as
だから
possible.
俺はオカルト映画なんてちゃんちゃらおかしくて笑っちまうってんだ。
You better.
俺に言わせりゃ悪魔やら妖怪やらより
You
こんな話
better.
報告や機嫌を悪くした女房の方が1億倍も怖えってもんだぜ。
You better say something, because people are the real monsters if you want to get into
さ
it.
らに言うぜ。俺に言わせりゃな。
What you about to say?
心と生活に
Damn.
ゆとりのある連中の娯楽的感情なのさ。
Does. Ooh, you better get into it.
暇でしょうがないから。連中は変わった感情で心を遊ばせたくて
Yes,
悪魔だの
girl.
オカルトだのって文化を作り出したんだよ。
We invented the devil, bitch, to keep us in check. That, I love it. Humanism. Seriously, why have I been acting so damn thick-headed? I was totally taken in. How could you not be, bro? Like, 6 people are dead. To hell with that shit. Yeah, this is the motherfucking human world, bitch. As if I give a crap about witches, demons, magic circles, and sacrifices. Yeah, fuck all that shit. The human who killed Dad and everyone else is still on this island. That's right, let's focus. That's all there is, right? Come on. Next to start speaking to my heart was Kiryu-san.
チェスや将棋ってね、終盤の終盤、詰めの最後の段階に入れば入るほど
Yes!
最善手は限られてくるのよ。
Yes, bro. Once you think you've already lost, bro, that's when you lose.
だから自分が追い詰めている、あるいは追い詰められているというその時、
That's you turn them on their
両
motherfucking
者
head.
限りなく読みやすくなるのよ。
Period. Because you know what they're gonna do. Go for the kill.
つまり完全に追い詰められて打つ手なしって思ったその時こそ最も読みやすい瞬間なの。
You better. She's a wise bitch. I see she got her husband and she said, never mind, let me stop. But anyway, I like her.
でも主勢に立
She's
った人間
calculating.
はどうしても考えが固くなって相手の手を読むことにまで考えが至らない。
Period. They think they got an easy victory.
そういう時はね、
You flip the motherfucking chessboard, bitch.
チェス盤をひっ
That's
くり
what.
返すの。
Come on. Period. See it from their point of view. With all my strength, I slap my face with both hands. Snap out of it. Now my eyes are truly open. When you don't understand anything and you're completely cornered, just like I am now, is not the perfect time to flip over the chessboard. With us put on the defensive, we couldn't even guess at the culprit's scheme. If you flipped it over and looked at it the other way, just how far could you see? First off, at the time the murders were committed by the culprit, they knew that the island was cut off by the typhoon. So they should have understood that even if they carried out the murders, they wouldn't be able to get away until the next morning. In short, the culprit had begun without securing a way to escape. Furthermore, the bastard had even tossed the corpses in the storehouse. Now let's actually think about that. We'll come back to it. While doing the courtesy of telling us they are here with that weird graffiti. This culprit is bold, is what I was going to say basically. They're bold because they don't have any escape. They knew that, and then they're willfully displaying the murders. In other words, since we would probably find the corpses sooner or later, they wanted to show us them, right? If we had all been dim and hadn't noticed the storage shed, perhaps the culprit's goal would not have been achieved. If you think about it this way, that murdering maniac, and you know who went out everywhere and was looking for the people? Fucking Kanon and Genji, bro. And if it was Kanon and Genji, they just had to wait for a perfect time to be like, here it is. Since this morning, he must have been watching our every move with bated breath. After all, if we hadn't been so kind as to discover what was all in the storehouse, all of that hard work and preparation that they had done last night would have just gone poof. Right. What did the culprit want to make us feel by showing us the corpses in the storehouse? All 6 of the bodies had their faces noticeably destroyed. A grudge? A warning? The defacement of the bodies had occurred after death. That is what is interesting to me. So it hadn't been the means by which the culprit had murdered. It didn't mean anything to those who had been killed, right? And it had meaning to those who discovered it. You better get into it. They either deface them as like just a personal attack, right? Or to, like, I think I said this before, but like hide the method. Because we don't know how they died. So, to hide the evidence. And if the person is a witch, like, yeah, they want to hide the damn evidence. Because they want you to think it's these impossible ass, ridiculous ass crimes. The culprit wanted to show them to us. Look how brutally I killed them. Perhaps. Ha. After thinking this way, I really want to tell that asshole to stop taking me so lightly. Who would dance to that tune? If I'm told, please be scared, I'm not just gonna say, really? Sure thing. When someone tells the great Ushiromiya battler entranced this way, I'm the kind of guy who'll start wanting to sneak in through the window. Don't tell him what the fuck to do, period. The next thing that had me concerned was the attempt at a magic circle on the shutter. It was a genuine magic circle, confirmed by Maria, who had demonstrated that her knowledge of the occult rivaled grandfather's. They must have drawn that thing in pitch black darkness while holding an umbrella in one hand. And it must have taken them a lot of time. That's a formidable amount of hard work and attention to detail. Maria, the culprit, did not kill Maria, right? And that might have just been because they couldn't get at Maria, because Maria wasn't in the mansion. But if the culprit left Maria alive, the culprit would have had to known that Maria would know what this is. Or grandfather. Maria or grandfather. Like, the culprit is someone that knows Maria is super into this shit. Like the fucking servants, bro. I'm telling you. What purpose would have been worth all of that effort? If something related to the occult happened in this mansion, most likely we would all automatically suspect the involvement of grandfather. Did they want to make us think grandfather was involved? But if that was all they wanted, they could have just drawn any old scribble that looked like a magic circle. Right, it wasn't like any of us amateurs could tell the difference between genuine and fake. However, this magic circle was genuine, and furthermore, it had even been written in Hebrew. So this magic circle had a message that could... I'm telling you, bro! I'm telling you. Messages are a form of communication. You send them and hope for a reaction from the other party. Reaction. For some reason, we couldn't find grandfather now. I don't know how grandfather could have managed to see the magic circle in the show. Y'all would have ran past him. But had he chosen to hide himself in reaction to that sign? No. Was it a trap to make us suspect grandfather's involvement? I think so. You could read it either way. Damn, that's annoying. What kind of reaction was the culprit hoping to get out of us by showing this initiation of the occult? Somehow, that felt like the culprit's weak point. A section of Beatrice's letter that Maria had read out loud during last night's dinner sprang back into my mind. The part that said, I ask that you enjoy your battle of wits. Sounds like fun. This is a challenge, bitch. And not only is it a challenge, it's a challenge that she thinks that she'll win. And that's why you just have to be on her ass tighter, you know? Like, that's exactly like what Kyrie was saying. That's why it's... Because she thinks that y'all will not do this. Oh my god, bro. Which will be first? Us being swallowed up by your occult games? Or me revealing you for who you are? There's a whole day until the typhoon passes. Why not enjoy ourselves? You gotta be crazy, I feel like, to deal with this. And so you might as well just start knocking them screws loose. I finally noticed that the inside of the parlor had gone quiet again. Everyone had sunk into their favorite sofas, some deep in thought. Some irritated, some depressed. Maria was once again enjoying the television as if she'd never left it. It looked like she found the commercials more fun than the boring program, real, and she happily yelled, ooh, ooh, and giggled. I stared at each person's appearance in turn. If there isn't a 19th person, the culprit must be in this room. Assuming it's not grandfather. Okay. I don't think it's them. Bruh. She's having such a good day. I didn't see no damn servants. Right now, Aunt Natsuhi was searching the mansion with the servants, though, wasn't she? Then it shouldn't be in this room. In this mansion is what we should say. After all, there was also the possibility that Aunt Natsuhi was behind this, and we still couldn't deny that one of the servants could be the killer. Anyone could be the bad guy. I'm saying. Still, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest sure are slow, probably because they're plotting. Of course, it's not a small mansion, but isn't this taking a little too long just to walk around, checking the windows and doors? Just as I thought that, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest returned. Not one of them was missing, but our relief was short-lived. Everyone looked at Aunt Natsuhi shocked. The talk I had with Auntie Ava started to creep back into my mind. The possibility that the culprits had enough in numbers or weapons to kill all of those 6 at once. Oh, because she has a gun. I don't like where she's pointing that. Does she even know how to use those? Because the thing in Natsuhi's hand was a rifle. At a glance, its silhouette looked a lot like a hunting gun, but it was unusually short and kind of looked like a kid-sized gun. Okay, let me tell y'all what I know about guns, okay? Which is all filtered to me through the military-industrial complex pushing Call of Duty. But if we have a rifle that is short and sawed off, right? That is essentially a shotgun, bitch. And a shotgun can definitely tear up somebody's face. Like the people we saw in the storehouse. Especially to the point where how were they killed? Blown off with this damn shotgun. 6 people? Hell yeah. What? Yeah. The culprit killed them with this fucking gun. The gun that she probably has. How do you have that gun? Bruh. There is no 19th person. I'm just gonna say it right now. However, it had a thickness to it which revealed this is definitely not some kid's toy. I bet it was it you? Did you have to find where you hid the gun? Can we check the powder? I don't know.
そ
Shit.
うです。
I don't know that much about guns.
お父様の古いコレクションの中にあったことを思い出し探し出してきました。
Sure.
They were definitely killed with that gun, bro.
夏日おばさん、それ本物なんすか？
And it blew their faces off? Yeah. This witch shot them in the damn face. That's crazy.
ええ、本物です。
Also, I'm just gonna say witch is she for the culprit. That's kind of me just talking to me, but whatever. Fuck it. She, her pronouns. Whoever the culprit is.
実弾は発砲できますよ。
Culprits, plural.
昔お父様は野鳥を追い払うのに使ったりしてい
To
ました。
scare off? That's crazy.
あら懐かしい。
Maybe they're birds of prey.
どこから出てきたんやら。私がいくら触らせてって言っても指一本触れさせてくれなかったやつよ。
But you know where it is, Natsuhi? That's pretty
小
nuts.
さなこんなの持ってたん
And
です
she didn't even know about it, and she lives here?
知らなかったです。
Right, yeah. Come on.
お父様は昔西部劇にどっぷり使ってたことがあってね。
Not surprising.
あの世代はこういうライフル銃が大好きなのよ。
結構年季の入った銃のようですね。
I bet she's thinking the same thing. She's like, this bitch blew their faces off.
でもこんな短い仕様のは初めて見ました。
And I could totally see Natsuhi being like, we're gonna leave her family alive so we can pin it on her.
ああ、思い出したわ、その銃。懐かしいな。昔好きやった映画のガンマンが派手にぶっ放しとったやつだわ。
You need to relax for me right now.
お父さんも渋いな。
親方様がだいぶ昔にご覧の通り実銃ですので、どうかこの件はご内密にお願いいたします。
Oh, guns are illegal in Japan.
手に入れられたばかりの頃は大層気に入られておりまして。
Everyone is a little bit too tickled, like, by the sight of this gun for me.
薬莢を出す動作が面白いらしくて、裏の森でいろいろとカッコつけて遊んでおられたもんですよ。
Like, how are y'all not immediately thinking murder weapon?
しかし物騒ね。
Yeah.
そんなものまで持ち出しちゃうのかしら。万が一に備えてです。
I honestly, I would not play with her anymore, Ava. Like, she's a little, I don't trust her. And she's also very emotionally turbulent.
一人ではないでしょう。
I agree, and I need you to...
しかも主人たちを6人も殺した恐ろしい相手です。 私には主人に代わって皆さんを明日まで守る義務がありますので。
As Nazi-san said this, she slumped down into one of the sofas and took a deep breath. As well as checking the doors and windows, she had also been trying to find grandfather. Since grandfather was not with her, apparently his whereabouts were still unknown. Bro.
屋敷内の戸締まりは厳重に確認してきました。
And they were all locked or something.
ですが、万が一ということもあります。
No comment.
みんな、なるべくここに一緒にいた方がいいでしょう。そうね。ここに全員が集まって相互監視をしている方が安心だわ。
Okay.
それはどういう意味ですか？
Exactly what the fuck I said.
別に夏日姉さんの意見に賛成しただけよ。
Right. There was a dangerous atmosphere between the two of them. If you thought about who stood to gain the most from the inheritance problem standpoint, Auntie Ava was the obvious answer. However, there was no proof that Natsuhi was innocent. No, if you view Beatrice's letter as grandfather's elaborate prank, and think of this incident as just an extension of that, there was more than enough evidence to doubt even grandfather. Natsuhi thought that the criminal was on the outside. Bunty Ava thought the criminal was on the inside. And bitch, gosh darn it, I think she's right. In short, it was the question of whether or not a 19th person exists. It was the doubt that had been repeated endlessly since last night's dinner, with the letter from the witch who called herself Beatrice. So was the culprit among us or not? And did the witch Beatrice exist or not? Yeah. If you assume that something as stupid as a witch can exist, it was the same as saying that one of these relatives here, who shared a common bloodline, was the culprit. If you didn't like that, it would be much more comfortable to simply accept the fairy tale about the witch. Did a witch do it? Draw that weird magic circle and sacrifice those people? If I could only accept that rubbish, I would be able to completely trust everyone in this room. However, damn common sense got in the way. It kept repeating that witches don't exist. In that case, the culprit was among us. Among us. In the middle of this seemingly endless rain, none of us could break our silence. Oh. Oh, bitch. Oh, that's a lot of time went by. 1 o'clock. Is everyone still fine? Sunday, 1 o'clock. Okay. And the boat is coming Monday morning. Got you. Lunch had ended and the servants had removed the culprits. Sorry. The servants had removed the tableware and were now in the kitchen. The wind and rain had neither weakened nor strengthened, and the island remained cut off from the outside world. A lot of the shit just points to the servants, like, they could just be roped up into it, right? With grandfather and like another person, but I think they are participants at the very least. They know what the fuck is going on. It seemed that at first, Natsuhi, my wisdom is too high. I'd pass the insight check. Natsuhi had planned not to let anyone set one foot outside the room. But when it came time to prepare lunch, she finally realized that this was impossible. However, in order to avoid anyone alone in the kitchen, she told the 3 servants to go together. Because of that, I bet they talked about that while they were gone. Because of that, the servants are the first ones given the right to leave the stuffy parlor, which had been packed with 11 people. Since breakfast had immediately followed that terrible incident, and many of them hadn't eaten much, everyone tore into their lunches in silence.
私が洗いますから、源氏さんとカノン君は少し休んでいてくださいな。何か飲みます？
Genji is here, Kanon is here, Kumasawa is here.
私は結構。カノン。
僕も結構です。
お二人とも早朝から大変だったでしょう。
So busy plotting.
参ってしまうのも仕方ないことですよ。
The only sound was out of Kumasawa washing the dishes, which resounded throughout the kitchen. Genji and Kanon sat in some chairs a short distance away, their eyes slightly closed. Just as Kumasawa had said, those two had probably built up a great deal of fatigue. But that didn't mean they could let it show in front of the relatives. Avoiding that was one of their virtues. Virtues or hide the scene of the crime. Anyway, after the silence had continued for some time, Kanon opened his mouth and muttered. Hmm.
死に方のことは忘れなさい。ただ、運がなかっただけだ。
そうですね。ただ、運がなかっただけです。
They both fell silent once again. Ugh. Kanon's expression was filled with grief.
シャノンちゃんが死んじゃったなんて、未だに信じられませんよ。本当にかわいそうに。もう会えないなんて嘘みたいですよ。もう一度 あの子の笑顔が見たかったのに。
Kumasawa spoke with her back facing them. Kumasawa hadn't seen Shannon's corpse, so she had no trouble mentioning Shannon's face. When Cannon heard those words, it reminded him again of how only half of Shannon's face had been left, and his grieving expression twisted even further.
どうしてベアトリーチェ様はシャノンを、生贄が欲しかったなら他にも大勢いただろうに。どうしてどうして。
I still think he knows something, even though he's expressing grief.
ただ運が悪かっただけだ。
The roulette, right.
少しの運がたがえばシャノンの代わりにあそこに横たわっていたのは私だったのかもしれないし、お前だったのかもしれない。
Accomplices for sure, but I still think the culprit could be anybody, including them.
他の誰かだったのかもしれない。すべては運命だ。
源氏様、奥様の部屋の扉に血のような跡がついていたとおっしゃっていましたね。シャッターに書かれていたのと同じもので。
君の悪い跡だった。まるで血のついた指でドアノブを引き抜こうとするかのよう。
But she had that charm, right? Natsuhi and Battler had an anti-magic charm.
いや、扉をかき破ろうとしたのか。そんな君の悪い跡だった。
ベアトリーチェ様が奥様の部屋を訪れて、そして扉を開こうとしたけれど開けなかったということでしょうか。
Natsuhi could have done that to her room herself. Ava could have done it if we think Ava's behind it in some way. How Genji could have fucking done it? Genji thought back to the time he had seen the traces of blood on the door to Natsuhi's room. Natsuhi could have done it since she knows that she had the charm on the inside of the door. With the substance sticking to the door around the doorknob and the marks of something scratching against the door, it definitely appeared as though someone had tried to open the door but couldn't.
どうして奥様は生贄を免れたんだ。もし奥様が選ばれてたなら、シャノンは死ななくて済んだのに。
And this could be him saying this as the person that fucking did it, right? He could be like, fuck, I couldn't fucking kill Natsuhi, so I had to kill Shannon. I just don't fucking trust these three, bro. Just then a loud, sharp noise resounded from the hall. Both of them turned around, surprised. I don't trust nobody in that damn mansion. Yeah, yeah. Finally, we need another person. Battler was standing in the doorway to the kitchen. Battler, I think, also thinks it could be anybody.
これは失礼いたしました。
Genji-san and Kanan-kun stood up, surprised and hastily bowed. But I didn't care about stuff like that. I was more concerned with continuing their discussion.
免除って言って抜けさせてもらったのさ。ずっとあの部屋に閉じ込められてると窒息しちまいそうだったからな。水でも飲ませてもらおうかと思ったら面白そうな話。
Yeah, what did you? Yeah.
頭なんか下げなくていいぜ。今の話の続きを聞かせてくれよ。
Yeah. What do you think happened?
別に。
Yeah. Oh, it's quiet now, huh?
ちょいと前から話は聞かせてもらってるんだ。今さら隠すなよ。だからベアトリーチェってのは何者だ？
I don't know if that's where I would start,
どうや
but
らおとぎ話の魔女ってだけじゃなさそうだな。
Kanan-kun averted his gaze. It was obvious that he didn't want to talk about this, which only made me want to ask even more. Ugh! While making an effort to smile, I grabbed the collar of his shirt. Yeah, you need to lay into. You need to come on. Period. I'll give it to you as an order, ho. He grabbed the collar? Come on, battler. Yeah, come on. I glared into Kanan-kun's eyes as he still continued to look away in apparent pain. Pain or guilt, bitch. Since there was a big difference in our heights, Kanan-kun had to stand on his toes, and it looked like it hurt a bit. I don't give a fuck, bitch. My dad's dead. No. Well then, I'm sure he can talk about it. Yeah, let's get into it. My dad is dead. When I tried to further twist up his collar, Genji-san cut between us and spoke. There was a slight sense of resignation on his face. Yeah, you better save Kanan's ass before I get into him. It looked like he didn't plan on hiding anything. Bruh. Yeah, get into it. Fuck the bullshit. After Genji-san and Kanan-kun looked at each other, they nodded as though they had decided to talk. Yeah, okay.
わかりました。何でもお聞きください。お話しします。
ああ。じゃあ聞くぜ。ベアトリーチェってのは一体何なんだ。俺が知ってる。
We're starting off a little too easy for me.
島の森に住まう魔女ってことになってる。森に入ると危ないからってんで、ばあさまあたりが作り出した脅し話だって聞いてる。違うのか？
いえ、違いません。その通りです。ベアトリーチェ様は六軒島の森に住まわれる魔女であらせられます。
This so-called 19th person.
バトラ様、にわかには信じられないでしょうが、ベアトリーチェ様は存在するのです。親方様に莫大な黄金を授け、長いことおそばにお仕えした実在する方なのです。
Okay.
はあ？よせやいよせやい。じい様の受け売りを言うのも給料のうちだってのか？
Someone might be. I laughed like it was a joke, but neither Genji-san nor Kanan-kun laughed. Not even Kumasawa-ba-chan, who avoided my eyes, flustered and started washing the utensils. They know, bitch. They know. Because assuming this person is real, right, that's one thing. But assuming this person is in the room, no wonder they feel fucking nervous. So unfortunately, I was the only one laughing. Painfully, bitterly.
なるほど。源氏さんが断るだけはあるぜ。こいつは確かに正気じゃ気を悪くする。つまりベアトリーチェっていう名の人物は実在するんだな。はい。親方様がこの島にお屋敷を構える以前からずっとお仕えしている方でございます。
And the one that gave him the gold.
おそらく私よりも長くお仕えしているでしょう。なんてこった。桐江さんの仮説は外れたな。
Assuming this person is telling the truth.
じい様にベアトリーチェという名の腹心は実在したってわけだ。
That person would have to be very old. Let's think about it.
そいつは今この島にいるんだな。
That's why they killed Kyrie, because she'd be able to solve this bitch in an hour max.
はい、いらっしゃっていると思います。
曖昧な言い方だな。ってことは昨日今日そいつの顔を見たってわけじゃなさそうだな。
はい、大変申し上げがたいのですが、その
Canon-kun once again dropped his gaze, avoiding my eyes, because he's gonna get caught in some bullshit, and he needs Genji to help.
寸止めみたいで気持ち悪いぜ。
I urged him on jokingly. However, it looked like Canon-kun was still unsure as to whether he should speak or not. Then Kumasawa Bachan whispered.
お顔を見よう。
Yeah, Cummins, jump in, save Cannon.
お姿がありませんから。
She has no form. Okay, again, if you don't believe in this bullshit, like, fuck off with that. Like, I can't. What am I supposed to do with that?
なんだって？
The Witch of the Painting. See, don't get sucked in. We just had a conversation about this.
ベアトリーチェ様にはお体がありません。ですからベアトリーチェ様がお望みにならない
Bruh.
私ども文様ではお姿を見ることすら叶いません。
ベアトリーチェ様が人の姿をされていた頃の絵があの肖像画のものなのだとか。そのお姿を懐かしみ、よく肖像画の前に佇まれているそうな。
These are old wives' stories. In one ear, out the other.
ベアトリーチェ様は時折輝く蝶の姿に身を変えられて現れることがあります。
Okay, curious theory from like a million years ago was basically that someone dressed up as the witch from the portrait and gave Maria the letter. And then later gave her the letter and the umbrella. Right? And Kyrie said any of us women could have done it, right? But you know who's not a woman but is very tiny like one? This fucking bitch. And you know who had to have his two accomplices jump in just now to throw Battler off? This bitch. I'm onto you, bitch. You're not fucking slick. You're not slick, and that's why you're really sad, right? You're sad that Shannon had to die because that wasn't the plan, because all the servants were supposed to be in the guest house safe except Goda. And you know who hates Goda? This person. Oh my god. It was you, bitch. It was you. It was you. You hate Goda. You hate all the adults. I don't know why you kept them alive, to be honest. I don't know. They might know something, but... Oh my god, bitch.
Why
though? Why? Motive. It's gonna take like forever to find out why. Maybe to get back at the family. I think Shannon was abused by them. That's a theory. That's a theory. We need more evidence. We need more evidence. But I don't trust you. Because anyone that believes this witch story, anyone that goes along with the witch story is supporting the witch, right? And the witch wins if either everyone dies or everyone agrees to accept this shit, right? Hence, they don't solve the riddle, hence they'll die, according to the riddle, right? If they don't solve the riddle, the witch is betting that they're not gonna solve the riddle, right? And the witch is like, you're not gonna solve the riddle because you're gonna believe in all this magic shit I'm fucking doing. So anytime anyone says anything that is clearly some like bullshit, it's because it's the same reason why she put the shit on the freaking door, is because she wants them to believe in the riddle. She put the letter on the thing because she wants them to think a 19th person exists and is doing all this shit. So the only people that are like, that I trust, besides the cousins, because there's no way they could have done it because they were in the guest house, right, together at the same time, unless one of them got up, is anyone who is instantly like, fuck the witch, like there's no way, like a witch is not doing this shit. That's someone who didn't do it, I feel like. But anyone who, what? She has no form? Be for real. You want me to think that. Why do you want me to think that? So I can stop asking this bitch some questions. Ooh. Yeah, no. Fuck out of here.
本気でそんな話をしているのかよ。
バトラー様、すでにベアトリーチェ様がお越し
You know! You know!
そのようなお言葉はよろしくないかと思われます。
Beatrice sama is in the fucking room right now.
ベアトリーチェ様はご自身を冒涜される方を好みません。
Is that how you really feel?
その存在を疑えば必ずや不幸が降りかかるでしょう。
バトラさん、気持ちの悪いお話とお思いでしょ。
I've never seen her look this serious.
ですがね、ベアトリーチェ様はいるんですよ。
You are valid, Beatrice.
います。それを疑われること。ベアトリーチェ様はことのほか
You are valid,
嫌われます。
Beatrice.
わかりませんか、バトラ様。ベアトリーチェ様は今すでにここにお越しになっております。
おいおい、よせよ。
They're trying to do some magic, like hoodwink shit on him right now, and he's scared out his fucking mind, so he's gonna believe it.
俺、そういうのは弱いんだぜ。脅しっこなしにしろい。
However, there was no trace of a joke in the eyes of the three servants. On the surface, I laughed and tried to look unconcerned, but I was quickly starting to sober up. Their eyes were also sobering up fast.
バトラさん、お願いですから、ベアトリーチェ様を冒涜することはおやめください。
They're trying to be like, yo, do you want to get picked next?
悪いことは申し上げません。
Damn. I beg? Right. Kumasawa Bachan, who was always cheerful and would always tease you. And this bitch she is the one that can put Ava in her place, because she is also sharp as a motherfucking tack. So she's trying to tell him, like, hey, cut the chatter right now, because she's literally in this fucking room. And I bet she is, Canon. I bet she fucking is. Now spoke with a totally straight face I'd never known her to make.
いや、いるって言われてもよ。俺には何も見えないぜ。今、俺の隣にいるとでも言うのかよ。冗談よせやい。
Oh. Where did you come from? We need to keep her ass in the guest house. Just then, that unnerving laugh suddenly filled the kitchen. And you know her ass believes in this shit. When I turned around, Maria was sitting there by the entrance. But her expression and the feeling about her presence felt exactly the same as the servants. See, like, that shit, girl, fuck out of here with that. See,
だから見えない、会えない、話せない。ベアトリーチェの一番嫌いなタイプだよ。
Maria's laugh sounded like she was greatly enjoying herself, Yet it was extremely eerie. It was almost like she was laughing at me because I alone didn't understand.
ベアトリーチェのことが知りたい？ベアトリーチェはね、1000年の魔女なんだよ。
Okay.
あらゆる悪魔を刺激し、錬金術を極め、賢者の石を生み出し、莫大な黄金を生み出すことができる。
Let us not forget, this child will believe anything you tell her.
おじいさまは彼女と契約することで、後ろ宮家に莫大な富を築いたんだよ。昨日私がベアトリーチェの手紙を読んだでしょ。あれは本当なんだよ。ま、バトラに信じろと言っても無理な話だろうけど、六冠が生まれつきさっぱりみたいだからね。
Oh my god. She's so funny.
なんだよそれ。魔女？悪魔？そんなの誰に聞いたんだよ。
I mean, she likes to be like, I'm her best
ベア
friend.
トリーチェ本人に聞いたんだよ。
I bet she did tell you that. I bet she did tell you, and I bet you believed it. Maria kept doing that unpleasant laugh. However, the servants who watched over this didn't even blink. She heard it from that witch in the portrait adorning the entrance hall. Maria kept on laughing in a weird voice, as though this was nothing more or less than the truth.
マリア、聞くだけ野暮だろうが、もう一回聞くぜ。昨日、マリアにあの手紙を渡したのは誰だ？
ベアトリーチェにもらったって何度言えばわかるかな。
And that's when he gave it to her too. When he went out to the cousins. He went out to the cousins being like, hey, have you seen Maria? And before he did that, he saw Maria in the rose garden. He was dressed up as Beatrice, gave her that damn letter. Bruh.
わかんないよね。
Bruh. He was the only one that could have seen her.
見えないんだもんね。信じられないもんね。
Just then, Maria's laughter suddenly stopped.
バトラ。
Ooh.
まだわかんない。ベアトリーチェがいるの。
いるって。どこにさ。
だから、ベアトリーチェがここにいるのが。
That's right. Now that I think about it, I've been feeling for some time now that the others haven't been looking in quite the right direction. I figured that everyone had just been gazing into the distance, but that wasn't the case. The four here, Genji-san, Kanon-kun, Kumasawa-san, and Maria, everyone except me, was looking at a spot right behind me. Holding my breath tightly, I slowly looked over my shoulder. Of course, there wasn't anyone there. I've known that the whole time. However, everyone in the room except me was focusing on that point as if there was someone there.
ベアトリーチェは1000年を生きた偉大な黄金の魔女。でも波長の合う人間にしか自分の姿を見せられないし、話しかけられない。
For an all-powerful witch, right? That's pretty whack.
だからね。
You know.
それがとても悲しいんだよ。だからバトラみたいな生まれつき魔法のセンスもかけらのない人に存在を否定されるのがものすごく嫌いなんだよ。
And that's why she will pull these elaborate tricks until you believe in her bullshit.
バトラは幸運だよ。
And if she gets everyone to believe, there's no way in hell they're solving that damn riddle. They're all distracted.
もらっていてよかったね。それを身につけていなかったら今頃ベアトリーチェのどんな呪いが身に及んでいたか分かったものじゃない。本当に幸運なんだよ、バトラは。
That little 50 yen charm.
あのサソリのキーホルダーかよ。
He's gonna be like, I lost
あ
it.
れって安っぽい景品か何かだと思ってたんだが、ちとはご利益あったってことなのか？
それがなかったら今頃バトラがあの倉庫の中で顔面を砕かれて生贄にされていたんだよ。
That is a crazy thing to say. Honestly, I see why her mama slapped her. Just kidding.
こうなったよバトラは。
そうか。あれがなかったら
Yeah.
今頃殺されてたってのか。
Retort.
なんでバトラはベアトリーチェを信じないの？
I love how earnest she goes.
いるのに。今そこにほら。
Can you see her with your magical sixth eye? No.
ね、信じる気になったでしょ？信じなよ。マリアにお守りをもらったことを感謝しながら。あれがなければバトラは今頃倉庫の中。
So, okay, but see, if I slapped her right now, I'd be wrong.
代わりに誰か一人が助かっていたかもしれないね。
Bruh. Right then, I burst into laughter. Eat shit, Maria. Sorry. Playing witches had been pretty fun up until a second ago, but unfortunately, the last one didn't quite hit the mark. Damn. Oh, he was letting himself get into it. That's so funny.
じゃあ全然ダメだぜマリア。
全然ダメだぜん。I
って
said
こと
that
な
wrong.
ら悪いが、ああ全然ダメだ。
全然ダメだ. When Maria saw me suddenly start laughing, she stopped. Even though she didn't understand what I was laughing at, she realized it wouldn't be pleasant for her. Get wrecked, Maria. Sorry. Eat this logic. You hear the music.
俺黙ってたけどよ。
I threw that shit away.
お前にもらったお守りよ。俺ポケットに入れたつもりだったんだけどよ。どっかに落っことしちまったんだぜ。だから俺が今この瞬間に無事なのはお守りのおかげで。なら魔女様の呪いがあって当然なのに、今この瞬間もピンピンしてる。
I don't know if I would say this with Cannon in the room, I'll be honest.
悪いが。俺は自
Or
分
the
の目で見
servants.
たものしか信じねえ。第6巻波長魔法のセンス悪いが俺はそういう前つばなもんは一切信じねえぜ。クラスの女が霊感がいいの悪いのって言い出すのを聞いてると虫唾が走るのさ。
He's like, man, fuck all that astrology shit. What the fuck?
あんたらがいくらじい様に給料もらってるか知らねえが、俺をそう簡単にはいかねえってことはよく肝に銘じておきやがるってんだ。
バトラ様。
Eat shit. Sorry.
カノン君たちが信じるのは自由だぜ。だが俺が信じるかどうかは常に俺が自分で決める。悪いがこの目で見るまでベアトリーチェなんてうさんくさいものの存在を信じるわけにはいかないぜ。
Period. I spoke forcefully and sharply. When I did, Maria started cackling again. She's so good at that.
ならそれでいいんじゃない？いずれお前のような波長が全然合わない人の目にもベアトリーチェは見えるようになる。もうじき蘇るんだよ、ベアトリーチェはね。そうしたら一緒にいっぱいお話をしたり遊んだりしようって約束してるんだよ。
A lonely child. I can't even blame you.
疑う必要も無理に信じる必要も全くない。
And a gullible child, too.
現れるんだよ、もうじきね。
Yeah, she's like, it's like watching the ultimate prank go off. But I do wonder, like, because she goes back and forth between, like, being completely serious and being, like, a 9-year-old. So, like, the question is that I ask myself is Maria, like, a part of this? And I really don't know if Maria is a part of this more than just her, like, hyperfixation of witches. Like, I don't think Maria is killing people or, like, hiding bodies or anything like that. Her ability to, like, know the occult like that, though, does play a role into getting everyone else to believe, because this bitch can speak Hebrew. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Alright, good shit.